six essential elements of a lifelong learning mindset. Commit yourself to lifelong learning. The most valuable asset you will ever have is your mind, and what you put into it. It's very important. It is really essential in today's dynamic environment to become a lifelong learner or to be relevant to the market. If I talk about professional language, relevant to the market and be on demand. Is there a limit to how much a person can learn? Is intelligence fixed at birth or can it be developed? Can someone please share your view?
Hi Pallavi, Anvesha here.
Yeah, Anvesha, tell me please.
Share a bit of my views and anyone else can.
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
So of course not. Like we all have, we were born knowing nothing, and today we know so much, be it about the world, about books, about films. Every bad film also we watch teaches us something, or at least we know what we don't like. So of course not. Intelligence, what we like, dislike, what we know is not limited. You can keep on.
I always perceive that chess is a intelligence people game. So in my house also, I have been considered not intelligent person because I don't know how to play chess. But one of the research has been done on 10th world famous researcher, and on the chess players. Out of 10, and this was basically IQ test which was done on them. Out of 10, 4 to 5 chess players, those who have spent almost 10,000 to 50,000 learning hours on chess, being considered as below average IQ person. We have to open ourselves for new things, and we have to learn and observe also. How that I will come, that's our first and foremost essential element of being a learner mindset. Focus on growth. How? Now here again one question comes: why some people succeed while people who are equally talented do not? So Anvesha said that she observed one information every day in the morning. She is open for new things to learn. Now here everybody reads newspaper in the morning. Why one has more information and why the other one doesn't have the equal information? Can someone answer me this question? I know all of you know.
It's because the way you will be absorbing the information is also something which matters, right?
Yeah.
Some absorb all of it. Somebody will only just grab the essential part of it. Somebody will just skim through it and leave it. So in that,
what plays a crucial role in understanding that you have to absorb, you don't have to absorb? So she has discovered that people's mindset plays a crucial role in the process. These mindsets are really important when it comes to learning. One is a fixed mindset. So the characteristics of the fixed mindset people are: I'm only good at certain things. The next is growth mindset. So there are people who feel that, the characteristics of growth mindset people are: I can be good at anything. I at least try until I get the result I want. So here, Carol Dweck has talked about two mindset of people, and she has emphasis that, people who have growth mindset are more successful in their life and in their career. Even, Satya Nadella has referred about and pushed this concept of growth mindset in one of his interview, which he has given to Bloomberg. He emphasizes that, the learning from others, from our own mistakes, or from any sources from that matter, to move quickly to find the right path for success. So it's not only that learning is dependent on what course I am going to do and, what new skills I am going to learn. Learning can be from anything. So in a nutshell, we have to understand that growth mindset is the foundation for learning. So yeah, if you already have growth mindset, awesome. If you don't have, nothing to worry, because it's just a perception which you have to change, and you are into that path. Stretch beyond your comfort zone, and you have to move the learning zone. To achieve anything, you have to stretch yourself and you have to go beyond your comfortable zone. So once you are out of your comfort zone, it is said to be that you are into learning zone. What is learning zone? So like the learning zone exposes people to risk and risk. Now the catch over here is it's very important to go beyond your comfort zone. But when you go to the learning zone, you encounter risk and stress. Yeah. So there are two type of risk, stress, which has been referred by many researchers, and I think it is very obvious to all of us as well. Good stress. So good stress lead to the higher level of performance. Bad stress lead to the anxiety and have negative impact on performance. Build a personal brand. We all are expert in branding, so I think I should have many volunteers to talk about this topic.
Identity in terms of it could be a name, it could be a logo, it could be basically a identifier which everyone can relate to when they talk about a certain product or a company or anything coming, creating an identity for a brand.
Okay. Okay. So when we go for rebranding, there are various products which go for rebranding. Why do they go for rebranding? So that they can survive in a competitive environment and be, because obviously that market is changing time to time. Requirements are changing time to time. Anubhuti, can you add some point?
Sure. So, I mean, you're talking about being relevant to the market. So, I think if you're talking about personal branding, I think it's more related to what you offer, like what your skill sets are and what you offer to a particular environment, marketing space. So, like as an individual, if a particular organization is expecting something from me, then I think I should be able to match their expectations. So, I think that's where personal branding plays a role.
Thank you so much, Anubhuti. So in a nutshell, what is your strategy to survive in a competitive environment, to make yourself relevant? Yeah. All right. So the third point is visible to the people. So who will tell me what does it mean, visible to the people, as a from the personal branding point of view? I think I have to call the name. Okay. Shrey.
Hi, so visible to the people is like, if people know about you and they're aware of you, then they will call upon you to help them about something. So if you're visible, then people will want to approach you.
Yes. So your perception for you, so it means that people should know that what are your skills, right? So your perception for you doesn't play significant role. What people think about you matters. So you need to demonstrate your skills. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah.
All right. So why it is so important, for your lifelong learning and for your success in that matter, because in a changing environment, you have to become a relevant, and you have to brand or rebrand yourself multiple of time, depending on the profession you choose or depending on the new skills you learn. All right. Okay. So let me go to the fourth element, which is important. And I feel it is more of the development point. Own your development. The first is create and execute learning goals. If you have to be a lifelong learner, it is very important to set small goals first and work on those goals on a continuous basis. Consistency is very important. Do what you love and discover what is and discover your ikigai. You can only enjoy your success if you are healthy and active. What you are learning, you can absorb that to the fullest. You can, experiment that. You can experience that to the fullest. Then only you can become a lifelong learner and achieve what you want in life. It's very important to have a focused mindset, have stretch beyond the comfort zone, build your personality, own personality, personal branding, own your development. But if you don't love what you do and you are not active, you will not be able to sustain throughout your life, and you will not be able to be a lifelong learner.